Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of SVG's At the Rink. We're going to stay in Canada, and we're going to be speaking with Kyle Balharry. He's the Senior Director of Game Presentation for the Winnipeg Jets. Kyle, thanks for taking the time, man. How are you doing? Hope everyone is staying safe, staying healthy. How's the season so far up in Winnipeg?
Season's been going really well. The team is playing well. Obviously not having any fans is a bit of a crushing blow to everybody in sports. And, with our great fans here in Winnipeg, it's even harder, of course. They're devastated that they can't be here to watch live hockey, right? But, some of us are lucky enough to be in the rink and watching NHL games again. And, whenever you get to watch an NHL game, that's a big check mark, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. We have a job to do as well, but it's a different season so far than any other that I've worked in my days. So things are going well. Thank you for having me, Kristian. I appreciate it.
Of course, glad to hear things are going well. Unfortunately, fans aren't there. They will be back at some point, hopefully when we get to a better place. But right now, Bell MTS Place is unfortunately a little bit sparse, you can say. In terms of venue elements, Kyle, what are you guys doing up in the board and kind of keeping the life of the Jets inside the arena?
Great question. I mean, we're a hockey first environment. We've always been, right, since the days I've been here, and even before then, back to the Winnipeg Jets days. It's a traditional hockey market, but we've moved into the modern era. So certainly more than organ music and really not putting anything up on the scoreboard. We're trying to put an NHL game on. And I mean, whether you're in junior hockey, bantam hockey, or wherever it might be, there's atmosphere in a rink. And we've got the music pumping, of course. We have lots of stats. We actually bumped up all of our stats and information on the scoreboard so that the players, the media, the scouts, the coaching staffs, they can actually see more scoring leaders, more team leaders, power play leaders. Like we just kind of we emphasize more stats. And I mean, as we all know, when there's fans in the building, there's lots of other corporate commitments and lots of other commitments you have to do. So without a lot of those happening, we've got more time to fill. And what do you fill for players on a bench and 50 people in a building? You give them hockey stuff, basically. Yeah. So we got some player pump ups as well. Mostly they're fan pump ups that we do here, but now we're trying to energize the players a little bit too. So we've also got lots of interactive technology that we brought outside of the arena as well. So all of our fans can log on to our FanX application through our website and play several exciting games there to keep them engaged in the games. But the rink, it's a hockey game. It's an NHL hockey game. And we were playing the Montreal Canadiens in the last couple of days here. It's the Winnipeg Jets, the Montreal Canadiens. It's always an amazing thing. No matter if you're one person or 15,000, you get to watch an NHL game and the speed and the athletics of the players. And hockey's the most exciting game in the world. So I'm privileged to be here to do it.
I'm sure the blood is always boiling when the Canadians get to the arena, no matter if there's fans there, there are fans not there. And you guys are providing a little bit of that juice, regardless of the empty seats. But I kind of buried the lead here, Kyle. You've been with the Jets for a pretty long time. Before we started this call, I believe you said 900 plus straight games in the front bench, the control room, kind of manning the show. You haven't missed a shift, if we're going to put it in hockey terms. What's it been like since you first started with the Jets and now you're here in 2021, over 2 decades of work? How has your job changed, shifted, and how has the entertainment kind of changed?
I mean, it's changed a lot. I mean, when I first started in 2000, I remember a couple of pieces I saw on TV about a couple of ladies from Winnipeg that actually were doing game production in Winnipeg, or in San Jose, pardon me. They were from Winnipeg and they were in San Jose. And it was an interesting story. And it kind of, I think, opened a lot of people's eyes that, this is more than just the game itself now. And it's not even just organ music anymore, right? I mean, things have changed so much since 2000, from the audio you hear in the bowl to the interactive content you need with the players. So now there's many more player shoots and all of the applications there. You got to entertain the fans, and you got to entertain the fans of a wide variety too, right? Like, I mean, not every single person is there to watch a Legends of Hockey episode. So you need something for them too. But yet there are people there to watch a Legends of Hockey episode too. So we've got a very diverse crowd here. We've been so blessed in Winnipeg here to have one of the best hockey environments on earth, quite frankly. And that isn't something manufactured. That's something in our blood, right? Like Winnipeg is a cold environment. It's got outdoor rinks, probably the highest per capita anywhere in the world, quite frankly. So people, it's bred into people here, and it's whether your mom plays it, your dad plays it, your brother, your sister. So our obligation is hockey and making sure that we are, it's not a goofy environment. It's the National Hockey League. It's presented the way the National Hockey League needs to be presented. And we want to be in the same breath as our brothers in the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs and the teams that are really, they've got a history. And that's why our logo was built that way. And that's why we present the way we do in ceremonies, because it's hockey's full of tradition. But at the same time, to answer your question, it's certainly gone into the modern world. And if we only stay in tradition, we're going to be passed by really quickly. So the game is growing, the production is growing, technology is growing. Our building will continue to grow with technology as well, and ways to interact with the fans. And, as we enter a post-COVID world, we'll see what winds up happening with giveaways and how we interact and all of those things. But, we got 4 hours every night to sell the game of hockey and to sell our sponsors and to sell the product and give people a magical experience for 4 hours. And right from the start, we said, we're going to take advantage of that. The people that show up an hour before the game, an hour and a half before the game, they want to see an NHL logo on the screen. They want to watch a video. They don't want to just sit there with a lights up arena with nothing happening. That's the way we've always felt. If someone shows up that early, man, they want to see that stuff. And that's that fan, right? So now with saying that, a lot of people, of course, show up 10 minutes before the end. And it's crazy, right? So you obviously have intros and all those things, but it's changed a lot. But yet, man, it's still a National Hockey League game, and there's still 3 TV timeouts, and there's still, the template of how it goes. It's just, we got to be more creative with the tools we have and technology out there, because in today's world, of course, people see what everybody's doing in other places. So you want to make sure you're at that level. And when you're at the National Hockey League, there's 31 other teams that you're competing against. So we've always been very proud of our hockey kind of first environment and really presenting the game well for our hockey fans here. But like I said, the game has grown, and we're growing with it.
Staying true to your culture and being unique to kind of stand out, but also entertaining the first person that steps into the arena, and also the last person to step outside the arena. So you're never off. You always want to be on. But Kyle, before I let you go, shout outs to the members on your team. There's a lot of people that do amazing work along with yourself. Who do you think deserves? I'm sure everyone deserves some credit, but is there someone top of mind that you want to give a shout out?
There's so many, honestly, Kristian. Thanks for asking that. I think that's one of the best things about our entire organization, quite frankly. And one of our advantages here in Winnipeg is that literally everybody that works on our game presentation team is a hockey person. They've again been touched by hockey. So our replay operator grew up with the game and knows how to look for replays. So, but first and foremost, thanks for asking. Our full-time staff that I work with every day to create the show in the office, and about intros and what our LEDs are going to look like and the music. And then, it's, Steve, I've been working with Steve Godkin now, who's our manager of all of our visual effects in the bowl, and I've been working with him for 15 years. And there's long nights, there's short hours, there's tight timelines, and that guy's been riding shotgun with me the entire time. And I gotta tell you, I couldn't have done any of this. We couldn't have done any of this without Steve. So I'm really pumped about that. We've also got Aiden Paget-Reimer and Yevgen Kamashko, who are our designers and our producers, who create incredible content for our bowl. Priya Plested, who's our sweetener. I know that was part of the original conversation about adding crowd noise to the arena, and she's done a fantastic job. She worked for us as a production coordinator last year, and then we needed someone to be the sweetener. So she stepped in and filled that role fantastically, and she's really working hard at it. And just from our AV crew, Noah Baird and Joe Etchels and Richard Romano. I could just keep going. Seriously, we have so many people. And then our production team, Jim Cormack and Janice Labossiere and Mitch and Dustin, and you name it, man. We've got so many great people. Brad, our DJ, Jay Richardson, who I've been sitting beside as our PA announcer for 20 years, basically, right? Like literally we've worked every game together. And honestly, I know I'm rambling a bit on this, but it's exciting to know that I've literally been working with these people doing the production here, the same unit almost entirely for 15 years. And that's a special thing. And I know that other arenas and other cities don't get that chance to have a unit that stays together like that. So you can imagine how awesome it is that we feed off each other, and it just turns out really well.
Well, I'll sum that all up. True North Sports Entertainment and the Winnipeg Jets do a fabulous job. From here in the States, I'm a Ranger guy, but all the times I've watched the team on NBC Sports during the playoff runs, I'm always like, wow, they have a pretty good experience and atmosphere in that place. But to say that, thanks for taking the time, Kyle. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on over 2 decades with the same team. That's pretty incredible. You don't see that often. But keep on staying safe, keep on doing great work, and hopefully when the time is right and it's safe enough, I'll take a trip up to Winnipeg and say hello.
We would love to have you, Kristian. Let me know, and you certainly got a spot right beside me in the press box if you'd like.